Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Batgirl issue number 37. Oh, Professor Bill's reviewing a Batgirl. Yeah, well, it's it's the offer thing. Whatever. There's also a first appearance of Oracle in this book. I know a lot of people are like, "What?" Trust me, it is. Anyway, check out the Austin variant cover. Let's get talking about who made the book. Then we'll talk a little bit about the book itself and how it kind of let me down. All right, Oracle Rising Part 1. I'm going to butcher all of these names. Go figure, they're mostly Italian names. Cecil Castellucci is the writer. Carmine Di Giandomenico on art. Jordi Belair on colors. And Wall Design on letters. Giuseppe Camuncoli, Cam Smith, and Jean-Francois Bellew on cover. Josh Middleton does the variant cover. So, Batgirl is fighting against Killer Moth. Killer Moth is trying to get one of the offers from Lex Luthor. Batgirl, for some reason, has no idea what's going on, which is interesting because I just saw that she does know everything that's going on in another comic book not too long ago. I didn't see anything in this comic book about, oh, this incident happens before that incident. No. Batgirl knows what's going on with the offers. So why does she not know it here? Interesting, or just completely out of continuity. These three, I don't know, I felt like everything was working against me enjoying this comic book, man. I get a couple of cool pages on this comic book, and all of a sudden, double page spread of an advertisement for Batman Superman. Thank you, DC Comics. I genuinely appreciate that. And every time that the comic book starts to get a little bit into it, it's like advertisement, double page advertisement, checklist for You're the Villain, Johnny Quest advertisement, Team Coco presents Conan. Dude, can we just throw all this stuff in the back? Wildcats and Jesus, how many freaking advertisements are in this book? The stupid Jimmy Olsen book, sorry, I didn't like it. Young Justice Outsiders on the thing, like, dude, way too many advertisements in this. Some of these advertisements, like the like the DC comic book advertisements, they could be split page. You can have 2 advertisements on one page, or 4 even, so that you limit the page count of extra. It just gets really frustrating. Wow. It slows down the story too much. And that's a shame because there was only really action with the Batgirl and Killer Moth thing, which was cool. I really enjoyed that story. It felt like she was fighting an adversary she was about to get her butt handed to. Especially when that's Killer Moth. That's just like, dude, what the hell is going on? What's next? Kite Man knocks out Batman? Hell yeah. She's off fighting Killer Moth, and meanwhile, these 3 animals, a fox, a vulture, and a shark that's related to the fox. I don't know if they broke into the secret of the ooze or whatnot, but like, I'm not usually a fan of animals, especially, anthropomorphic animals, especially when they're in spaceman suits. What the hell is going on here? It seems silly, and if these are enemies of Batgirl, and I don't usually read Batgirl, right? But if these are enemies of Batgirl, I don't care if they're minor enemies of Batgirl, it really brings the value of the comic book down, in my opinion. It makes it a silly comic book. I think enough of you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of the silly comic books, I like my comic books to be a little, just basically less silly. If you got silly, that's the one thing that's going to seriously turn me off of a book. So, yeah, I'm probably going to check out the next issue. But this one, it had a sense of dread and horror and foreboding with the Oracle story. I know, there's a new AI, and this is the first appearance of that character, the first full appearance of this AI Oracle character. And it's foreboding. Like, I'm looking at this like, dude, here's 3 guys who I've never heard of before. They're probably going to wind up being killed in this. This thing's probably going to unleash and just disintegrate them or something. I'm like, oh, I'm reading every page. And like the Batgirl stuff is very interesting, but I'm almost like, dude, this heart racing stuff. Okay, that's cool. But over here, dude, these guys are about to be, they're about to be a stain on the wall, man. and then the end of the book happens, and I'm highly disappointed. I don't like it when a book seems to go one way and then just kind of says, yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, that doesn't work for me. You got silly characters in a foreboding comic book or a foreboding story, and then high action over here. You'd feel like it should have worked, right? And yet for me, while it was a good issue, I enjoyed the issue enough to want to get the next issue. I feel like this issue just, man, it left me hanging and not in a positive light. Anyway, guys, we'll see what happens next time. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.